what if I just lived here? And I know that's like, who would ever say, like, what if I just move into my job? I might get or be arrested. I used to live at work, and my work did not know about me living at work.
My first initial question is, what would make you think about that at this moment?
I was just thinking about it the other day, and I was just like, you know what? I wonder if they ever found, I'm going to tell you guys the story of why I was living at work. And I'm not talking about now because I'm an entrepreneur and I live in my house, so I still live at work. I live at work. Guys, that's a good joke, right? So I'm living at work. I'm an entrepreneur in my house. So. I mean, this is before I was a very successful entrepreneur. I was living at work because I was a unsuccessful alcoholic. Basically drank myself into a position, well, and this is really serious. So I was thinking
You look serious. You look very serious.
I'm trying to have fun with this, but I was thinking the other day, I'm like, wow, my job never knew that I lived there. And what if they found out now? Because I was thinking, there was something I wanted to post about it. And I was like, I wonder if they found out, like, could they do anything before I met you? Right before
Definitely before you met me.
About a year before I met you.
Oh, wow.
About a year before I met you.
Glad you got your together before we met then.
Right about the time the girls were born, I was living at work. So I've been sober for about a year. Maybe not even that. It might have been like 7 or 8 months.
I had to been, so he's not saying now. You mean you had to been.
Yeah, so basically I got sober, and you guys have heard that story. If you haven't, like, there's other podcasts and videos. Hopefully you listen to that. I got myself into such financial trouble, drinking and such. And in New York City, it was so expensive where I was living to live. I was like, man, I really need to get out of debt, and I really want to make good decisions. And my life had become so simple. I wasn't dating. I removed most people from my life.
Obviously, we're going to bring her back to you.
Hey, you want to come back to my...
to the building?
Hey, I really like you. Do you want to come back to my desk? When I was living at work, I had no money, and there was a good motivation there. The motivation was that I really wanted to stay on the straight and narrow, and this is a period of time when I was like, I really just don't want to tempt myself with the temptations of nightlife or women or New York City. And I wanted an apartment. So let me set this up. I'm working in New York City for a very big company. So they work in a big high rise. I'm on the 47th floor of a very big building, one of the biggest ones in New York, right? So my point is that it was so big, and we had like 12 floors in that building, and I was running the learning and development. So I had my own training. I had a big training room. So picture like a big room. There's a desk in it, but there's training. There's like maybe 60 desks where I'm training people, right? But I had a desk in the corner. Nobody ever came in here unless it was appointment or I had a class, right? So I thought one day, I'm like, you know what? Behind my desk, there's a wall, and nobody ever comes here like unless it's appointment. I'm like, I could really pretty much after 5 or 6, nobody's going to come in here unless they clean at night. What if I just lived here? And I know that's like, who would ever say, like, what if I just move into my job? And granted, guys, I'm newly sober. I'm in debt. I'm trying to get out of a bad situation. By being sober, I'm trying to like do something better in my life. I go to Kmart in New York. Yeah, Kmart.
The only Kmart I knew about was by, what's it called?
It's like down
Station.
Yeah, that's the Kmart I went to, Penn Station. I get a big jug to pee in. You heard that right. And I don't know if we
would have skip that part.
But I have pictures. I'm going to show you guys pictures. I have pictures.
Nobody wants to see pictures of your urine.
But I'm just saying, I don't want people to think I'm making this up.
Okay, we believe your pictures. We believe you have pictures.
I had a pee jug. So I lived at work for about 6 months. This is amazing when I look back. 6 months of me working 9 to 5, and then going out to eat, taking a walk through the city, getting back around 7:30 or 8, watching Netflix or whatever, 8 to 11 at my desk. I'm at my desk. I made my bed every night that I would also put away in the morning. I'd put out a little mattress. I'd hide it behind this little wall behind the desk where nobody could see it. I would be there while the people came in to clean. And they never went behind the wall because there was no reason to go there. They would just empty the trash. They would do a little vacuuming. Sometimes they would do other things, but they didn't know I was in there, and I didn't want them to know that I knew that they were doing whatever. Okay, we'll save that.
My think you were doing worse than they were doing.
Yeah, I'm living at work, guys. On every floor, we had a receptionist and security. If you walk out to go pee-pee or take a dookie, just love that word, dookie.
Grow up! Oh my God.
So if you go out at 11 o'clock at night to pee or brush your teeth, the secretary's gonna be like, why is Justin here every night? Like, he said, every night I see him, because the secretary's there all night long. Like, why do I say? So I said, I can't leave this room after like 10 o'clock because people can work late, but who's going to be working, that late every night? And also everyone who knew me, like, I barely work. I wasn't doing anything. But the funny thing is, every morning when I'm there like 7 o'clock in the morning, I come there like, man, he's here every day. Yeah, I am, literally every day and night. So I would wake up at 7:30 and I would just go and brush my teeth because at 7:30 people are there. They don't know that I'm living there. I changed my clothes. So by the way, I traded out the filing cabinets to be a dresser. So I put my work clothes in there. Sorry that Ami has no contribution to this. She was not living at work. I was.
My face is our contribution. Trust me.
So, I mean, right at this point, like, what is your...
My faces are the contribution. Trust me. I just said that.
One time I almost got caught because I'm sitting at the desk and my boss comes in and he looks behind me. We're talking, and he's just like, hey, what is that? And it was my pee jug with pee in it because I haven't dumped it out. Because during the middle of the night, I go pee-pee like twice. I still say pee-pee. And I could almost fill up this jug. When you're in the room, you gotta pull your out and pee-pee in the jug. But nobody, I mean, I'm on the 47th floor and it's very dark, like it's whatever, it's fine, it feels fine.
The fact that I'm married to this man.
So he comes in and I hadn't emptied the pee-pee jug. He's just like, what is that? Woo! Oh my God, talk about fast thinking. Well, I've had all these multivitamins there and I'm working out. And they're there as well. And I'm like, I've been taking, these multivitamins and I, put some new stuff and this right here with that. And it just makes it kind of like it's still fizzing up a little bit. He looked at it, he's like, oh. And then he changes back the subject to what we're talking about. And I just thought, I mean, how would you explain why you have pee in a jug? Like, if I wasn't quick, not even quick enough, but I looked and I saw the multivitamins. I had it out there because, like, some of these drinks that you drink can look really weird and you mix stuff up and it fizzes up and it's weird. And I'm like, if I could not have gotten out, like, I don't know how that would have ended. Because how am I going to stumble through? And then he's like, the next thing he's like, well, let me take a closer look. And they're like, he opens up and he's like, this is pee. Like, why is there pee? And then it'd be like unravel. And that didn't happen. And yeah, let me give you a chance to talk or react because...
My face is our contribution.
That's enough. Sometimes you say a lot without saying anything. And she just did that.
Guys, don't do what he did.
I saved a lot of money. I didn't date. I was stronger in my sobriety. That's when I started going to therapy. I was even telling them. I was telling my therapist, it's like, I was trying to figure out why I was an alcoholic. And I think they loved talking to me because every week they were just like, okay, yeah, tell me more. So are you still living at work? If that's what they would say, I'm like, yeah, I'm still living at work. They would, okay, so you just, how do you do that, Justin? How do you, I'm like, and I told them the story. They're just like, so I think this person thought I was unraveling, but really, I was getting my life on track. As weird as it sounds, I got healthy enough in my mind, and I'm like, I saved up money. That's when I got the place in Washington Heights where I met her. I met you in Washington Heights.
I'm sure your therapist has heard a lot of stories, but he's probably like, yeah, no one's ever told me they live at work.
My therapist is still telling this story. They're like, can you talk about any of your clients? No, but let me tell you about this one guy. I got to tell you about this guy who thought he was sober, and the guy was living at work. Like, I'm sure that guy's a drug addict dead right now. I'm not, guys. I'm doing very well. Doing very well. I'm not pee-peeing in a jug anymore. So, 6 months. I moved out of work. How can you ever move out? Like, I had a big truck.
Is it a U-Haul? Like,
I got a bag, put my stuff in there, and got out of there. But I got caught one night by the maintenance guy. He was just like, what are you doing? And I was like, When I say he's like, what are you doing? It's like, we were friendly. Like, this was a guy that I used to drink with. I used to run with in a way. And he was happy that I was like, clean my act up. So he was not going to tell. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, it's a good thing. I said, it's a great thing. I'm sober. I've been sober. It's like I'm just trying to
I know I'm here, but trust me, it's a good thing that I'm living here.
He was not going to say anything, but that was just after 6 months. I was like, okay, this is the signal that I need to like not, because I was starting to get a little bit scared. I was just like, man, it's been a long time. It's like at some point I'm really going to get caught, and it's like how to explain. I need this job because at this point I hadn't met you. And this was my job. It was a 6-figure job. It paid very well. And so I started to save up money and all these different things. And that just gave me the signal that said I needed to, get my own place. So I have a grown man, get my own place. So I got my own place in Washington Heights. This is where I met her. And then we started a life together. When I met you...
He definitely was not living in a building.
Yeah, but when I told people that I lived at work, they were just like... I thought it was like a normal thing. They were like, what? And they would bring people by, like friends, and I'd be like, yeah, look at my bed back here. They'd be like... I would show people.
What is wrong with you? Like, why are you... Let me show you around my apartment.
I thought it was amazing.
Let me show you my living quarters.
I would watch Netflix at night, pee in a jug, walk 2 steps back, go to sleep, wake up at 7:30, go brush my teeth, and I'd be walking around, and it was the best thing. And people were like, oh, good morning, Joe. I'm like, good morning to you, too. And I was like, these people commuted, like, from Long Island and Jersey. I commuted.
I think you need to explain how you showered.
I would work out at the gym every day. So I'd go work out, take my shower. That's it. Pee in a jug, dookie in the morning.
Can you seriously, for the sake of, it's absolutely annoying to me, just stop saying that?
Dookie? Okay, so guys, I lived at work for 6 months, and I don't think I can get arrested. I think my boss knows, and he loved it because he loved it. I got my act together, and he's a fun guy. So, but I always wondered, like, what if they were to find out?
Also, I don't think there's an ordinance that says you can't live at work. Yeah, you shouldn't, but I don't think you're like, oh, let's come arrest this guy living.
I didn't mess up anything. I was just there. I was there more.
I don't think there's an ordinance. I think there's no specific rule book number 38.
But the thing is, I pulled it off, and it was pretty amazing that I did that. When I look back at my life, so glad I did it.
One of the things you're most proud of?
I mean, have memories in life, have stories to tell. I'm the man that you married, but that's still the same man who lived that way.
Sorry to that man, because I don't know him.
But you do know the same simple guy. Like, I'm still the same. I don't think a human being needs much.
I love how you call living at work simple.
Very simple. I would eat the same thing pretty much. I would, pretty much do the same things every day.
It's simply insane. That's what it is. It's not simple. It's simply insane.
But can what's insane to other people be just so simple that they don't get it, and it's insane to them? But really, it's like...
Yeah, Justin, you're the only one in the world.
But my happiness is not contingent upon much. And back in those days, I was
except you drive a Porsche.
Porsche 911, guys. Oh, yeah.
My happiness is not contingent on much.
It's not contingent upon the Porsche.
So you're saying you could live in your car?
No, because it's not comfortable. I was living at work, it was comfortable.
I thought you were so simple.
No, but I had a good mattress, good pillow.
Lay the seat back. Lay down.
I had a good mattress and a good pillow. I was out, man. I was out.
The pillow from Kmart?
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this. Just a true story I wanted to share, wanted to get that out.
So. He really wanted to get that out to inspire some of you all to live at work as well.
Yeah, and I think the story is going to be the best thing since sliced bread, guys. We're going to end it on that, guys. So subscribe, or maybe you unsubscribed on this one. I don't know. Maybe you did. So anyhow, nice knowing you.